Today we're going to talk about pollination. So what is pollination? Pollination is when a plant gets fertilized and is then able to make a fruit, a seed, or a new plant. And how that happens is there's pollen in flowers, and they're the male part of the plant. And then there's also the ovary of flowers, and that's the part that gets fertilized and makes a new plant. So what happens is a bee or an insect, a human, it can be wind, pollinators can be beetles, flies, lots of stuff. So he comes along and visits a flower to get a sip of nectar. Buzz, buzz, buzz. And then when he goes and gets covered in pollen. And when he goes to another flower to get another sip of nectar, buzz, 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 all the pollen that he got on him from this flower gets transferred onto this flower and this plant gets fertilized. And then this will make a fruit. So this is a squash plant. So once this flower gets fertilized, you'll get a squash fruit out of it. So let's talk about why bees pollinate. As I mentioned earlier, flowers provide nectar as a reward to bees for coming to visit their flower, and then they get the pollen on them in exchange for the nectar. So in exchange for pollinating flowers, they get a sweet sip of nectar. And bees eat the nectar to stay alive. They also make honey, and they eat that in the winter when they're hard up for food. Bees specifically, not all pollinators, but bees collect pollen. They have little special pockets in their legs to carry pollen, and that's what they feed to their babies. So pollinators need your help. They're being affected by a couple things that's not good for their populations. One of the things is pesticides. Big corporate agriculture is pumping out pesticides to protect their mega crops, and it's harmful to pollinators. Another thing that is affecting pollinators is climate change. Increasing warm temperatures are causing flowers to bloom earlier in the year, and the bees haven't emerged yet. So by the time they emerge, there's no flowers left for them to eat. They don't have any food, and then those flowers don't get pollinated. So one thing you can do is plant a pollinator-friendly garden, like we're doing. So I encourage you all to plant lots of wildflowers, keep growing your vegetables. You can grow vegetables in the winter, and that will help protect pollinators and ensure that they always have food to eat.
Hi everyone, and this week we're going to talk about ways to control pests in your garden using a more natural method. So for mammals such as deer, rabbits, and rodents, you can use Irish Spring. We've provided a bar soap in each of your guys' bin and knee-high pantyhose, and then all you have to do, take the soap out. It's recommended to use a cheese grater, but you can probably use a knife too. With a cheese grater though, you can just easily grate it and throw it in your dishwasher afterwards. Since it's smooth soap, it'll just like melt away. So you just take it and grate it, put it into a bowl. Actually grates pretty easily. So the reason why mammals and stuff don't like the soap is the fragrance to it. It's very strong smelling soap, and that's why it's like a natural pest deterrent. Alright, so I grated about a quarter of my soap. Get all the pieces out of here. Okay, I'm going to take my pantyhose, open them up. You guys can see all the soap. And I'm going to put the soap inside the pantyhose like so. And then you're going to want to tie it off, like so, and then hang this in your garden. And that's all you got to do. So we're going to talk about companion planting. A great companion plant is marigold. We're going to provide everyone with a marigold plant. Cool thing about marigolds is they actually produce a chemical in their roots that help deter nematodes, and then they also get off a fragrance that will also help keep other insects like moths away from your garden. They're great for tomatoes, potatoes. It's recommended that you don't plant them with bean plants. Their roots don't get along. You can plant them in the same garden bed, but don't plant them directly next to your bean. So I'm going to show you how to do a companion plant. Just take your marigold out of its plastic container. I'm going to plant it with my tomatillo here. I was going to take this thing off, but I couldn't get it off for some reason, so we're just going to work around it. I got a hole dug right here. We're going to plop in our marigold, just like so. Fill it in, don't forget to water, and there we go, companion planting. Oh, that's one more thing, don't forget our Irish Spring soap that we made. We're going to tie that to right next to our plant as well, just like so. Alrighty.